We're going to be talking today about turning your digital assets into powerful marketing content. My name is Josh Van Dyke, and I am the VP of Sales here in Censure North America. And I'll be joined by Thomas Obermeyer, who's our Director of Global Solution Consulting at Censure. In terms of Censure, who are we? We have a really global footprint. We have more than 280 enthusiastic experts that work for the company. We were founded in 2001 in Munich, Germany. So we're really a pioneer in the industry, in the dam industry. We have offices throughout the world, in the United States, in Germany, of course, where we're headquartered, in the UK, in France, Switzerland, Netherlands, India. We have over 300 clients, over 30,000 users, and a huge international partner network. And why we got into the industry is really we saw some really common points of friction within most companies. They have this inability to find and share their assets. They have really disconnected ecosystems, which really inhibits that creative collaboration. They have a lot of lack of automation in their workflows, result in a lot of wasted time on just really manual activities, and then an inability to actually quickly distribute those approved assets. That's why we wanted to create within Censure this single source of truth. In other words, what I mean by that is we're able to connect with all of your external systems, your ERPs, your CRMs, and do some push and pull back and forth of that data. And so that people can work within that single source of truth and then push out to whatever channels are most important to your team, whether that's your app, your website, print, social, whatnot, or all of the above. And creating this collaboration within the platform, creating that single source truth. Censure has this really unique position within the marketplace. We aren't just a DAM. We have DAM, we have PIM, we have CMS. We can really do a lot of different things within the platform. So instead of going out and seeking other siloed systems, you can work and collaborate within one system. Today, of course, we'll be focusing on the digital asset management piece, really creating that central point within your organization that everybody can collaborate within, and making sure that you're not having duplicated assets, making sure that the most up-to-date assets are available, and that people aren't using outdated content. That outdated content isn't being used within the organization, or God forbid, getting pushed out to the larger public. And of course, integrating direct integrations with Adobe InDesign and Microsoft Word and other softwares. And in interesting times like these, we feel that it's really important to have strong collaboration, creating those efficiencies and cost reductions. Business continuity within your digital ecosystem is paramount right now. And that's why so many large international companies are really proud to work with Censure and providing that service within the company and out to their clients at large.
We've been using Censure for 3 years, and it's really transformed the way we do digital asset management, and it's given that global visibility to a fairly core part of the operations process.
Jaguar Land Rover just moving to us as that one agency providing global cover meant that we could really simplify the asset volume by reducing duplication, etc., and reuse assets. So an asset that's created, for example, in China could be used for the Chinese audience in Canada. The asset sharing, the deduplication of work, etc., gave us a total of around about 65 million back to JLR over the last 7 years.
On that note, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to Thomas, who's going to go ahead and talk a little bit about focusing on the DAM today and how we can help you in that process.
My part is now to show you some tips and tricks in Censure. And what you see here right now is I'm logged in with one of our users called Sean Specialist. And by his last name, so it's given a role, it's a specialist role. And the first thing we're going to see when we log into the system is actually the dashboard. And the first thing is what we're going to do is we're going to upload images. But of course, we can only just upload a single image. We also can upload a bunch of images. And this maybe we can do here with the upload and edit action, which is given here on the dashboard for that user. So by just clicking that action, we will open a tiny wizard. And with that tiny wizard, we actually can just select a bunch of images, and there's also a video in between, so we can drag and drop it over here and go to the next section. We check if there are duplicates in the system, and this time we see that there are already 3 images existing, and we can decide what to do if we really want to create a new asset or if we would just keep or use the existing one. So for us, we will just keep the existing one and go to the next step, which is then adding the properties, where we now can basically change some values or some meta information. But for now, we will actually write a description, and I just type for today, this is a description is webinar. So by done, now finally the images and the video will be imported, and then we will see on our dashboard a group. When I open that group, then you see that it's an import group. It was imported by me, and you see already a gallery preview of all the images, and a little bit further down also the video which was imported. What we also can do, and just to highlight here a few things on an image, is auto tag or automatically tag information by the Google AI. So what we can do here is running the Google services, because due to our keywords which were provided by the image itself, they're already there. And we also have some similar images. This is also given by the image itself from the import. But when we then click here on the button analyzed by Google services, then you can see that now the images gets analyzed by Google, and we get all the results into the system. So some colors, but also there's some text in the image which gets extracted, and all the information is now there. To stay basically with the core functionality of Senture is actually how to search. So now let me search for webinar, because this, the string or word I just entered while I did the import. And now I see all the 11 images and videos I just imported into the system are now, I can search for them and find them directly. There is another search, which is for experts. We called it search like this because here you basically can search for everything. So there you have the possibility to select for a specific type you're going to search for. You can see by the list, it's a really huge list. Then we have some operators where you can choose that this type we're going to search for images. And then we have, of course, more possibilities that you can search with or not or over relations. And this is really unique to Senture, that we now can say, please show me all images where we have a child relation to an author, for example. And if I perform that search, then I will see that we have 18 images in our system where there is a relation to an author. The thing I would like to highlight right now is digital rights. But let's say I don't want to maintain all my images only manually. So what I can do is what we have here also in our import on my desk. I have a little Excel there where I have the images on the left side and the user trials on the right side. So it's a tiny Excel, but this could be maintained, of course. And I can upload this Excel here in Senture as well. And what we have in the background, so on automation, which is then triggering and connecting the rights, the correct user rights set to that image. So you just saw that we changed it automatically in the background. And of course, for all the other images we just imported, we now added the usage rights as well.
Senture gives us maximum flexibility. So if we think about a project, imagination can run wild.
We do about 3,000 different kinds of marketing, communication, and media pieces per year, which is very complex, and therefore we're very glad that with Senture we have found a system which really enables our transformation in marketing communication. It is a system that is just there. You can just do it because it provides great basics. You can easily adapt to your own processes and just start working so that you very, very fast get the benefit in being more efficient in marketing communication.
So let's come to the second section or bigger section, which is work in progress. Of course, Senture does have a complete workflow and task capabilities, and it's actually my work, so my tasks, so things that are assigned to myself. That could be either tasks or an image, what we see here. If there are deadlines on that images or objects, you will see the deadlines. Also on my work, I can see actually the groups. What you can see here directly is the group we imported just a couple of minutes ago. So I can open that group from here as well and go back to my images. So this time I just take another image, which is that one, because on that image I would like to highlight the communication capabilities of Senture. In the communication, you actually have the possibility to set markers if you wish on an image. So for example, you can just use that marker. So this is my marker about the text. You can give another color if you wish, and you can save that marker. You can have one or multiple markers. For today, I will just create one. And then on the right side, you have the possibility to do two things. One is to just send out a message, or to create a chat or chat with others, or create a task. So by using just the chat or the message this is a nice image, for example, and I can just post it and other colleagues can reply and you can just collaborate on that image. But right next to it, you have also a task that you can set up. For example, a task that is maybe you need to retouch that image, and it could be something like, please change the text, and then you can reference to your markers, and then you can assign it either to a person or to your manager or to an external partner. And you also can set a specific deadline, because if it's urgent, I would like to get that done by tomorrow, and then you can post it. And what we will create in the background is actually a task which is now assigned automatically to a user, and it will be now in the My Task area of that user, and he or she can take over.
SendShare provides everything in terms of production for Hearst. Basically, everything goes into SendShare. Everybody works in the same way. Everybody uses the same tools. It enables us to share skills and knowledge across the entire company. SendShare helps us to be more efficient as a business. We've been able to reduce the reliance on external partners. We've also been able to simplify the workflow across the entire business so that we can produce the same content with fewer people.
We were working really in silo, and really SendShare enabled us to really working on an integrated, truly global platform, and where you will use all the product information that can be used then for digital purposes.
There is one special use case I would like to point out, that we offer a portal which is called the Media Portal. And in that Media Portal, and you can define in SendShare which images or videos should be possible to download here via the Media Portal. And this could not only be images, could be, of course, other types as well. And then we have, for example, here one image, and that image we can then on that portal, we can select, and we can put that in a basket, and we can just review the basket. Here we can decide, okay, I would also like to get that as well. And then we can order it. It could be or it can be without credits. This is not really important. And then we can download that zip file as well.
SendShare is a super powerful tool that I believe in Spark 44, we're only just scratching the surface.
What we like about SendShare is the very top of the organisation takes a very long-term view about what is likely to be happening in the market which we find ourselves in. And as you build your systems over a number of years, you need to be confident that your partner is going to have a long-term view as well.